swimming with the sharks. Now he will be swimming with the Gunners. Ladies and gentlemen, Riccardo Calafiori to Arsenal. It's a here we go. The saga is over and he can consider himself as a Gunner. Congratulations to Arsenal, because it was a long road for them to get here and get the man they always wanted. Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal and Bologna have reached an agreement for Riccardo Calafiori after breakthrough revealed earlier. Understand fee is 40 million plus 5 million add-ons and sell on close. They're not going to sell him, so they're not going to pay that money. Sell on close. Final step needed, Basel and Bologna to agree 50% sell on payment terms. Then here we go. You know what? I'm gutted. I'm jealous. I'm not gonna banter here and say I never wanted him, because we know how it goes. When you miss out on the target, oh, we never wanted him, blah 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 blah. I don't do that. I'm not a hypocrite, right? If you give me between Renato, Vega, and Calafiori, I would take Calafiori, because he got more experience in the high level. He did good in Euros, and you need somebody who can perform now and not wait 2-3 years from now. All right. But if I take that biased opinion away from me, if you look at long term, I think Vega is gonna be a better deal in long term. But for now, Arsenal are gonna get a very good player that will help them now. Win now. I'm just worried about his injury record. If you read in this chat here, you will see that the brother missed more than 2 years of football due to ACL injury, MCL injury, muscles injuries, ankles injuries, all kind of bad injury you can imagine. In a young career, he's like 23 years old. I'm just a little worried. This is just a concern. This is not me saying, oh, I never wanted him and tried to sabotage. I still want him, even with this kind of injuries. But that's what we do. Football fans, we turn a blind eye on reality like this because we want to see the player at our club. Feel good factor. But feel good factor is different than the reality. When the reality starts kicking on and you have tackles flying on Monday night in stock, that is where people start flip-flopping and changing their mind. Right now, if you highlight his injuries, people will insult you, people will attack you, people will call you names. But when the reality starts kicking on, my friend, there is no way out. I did the same. Wesley Fofana, Christopher Nkunku, and so many injury-prone players that Chelsea signed. When I try to highlight that kind of situation in the community, people hate you. But the rest is history. So good luck to him, and let's see what's going to happen. Okay, one club tried to hijack the deal. This deal here. I think this is a storyline for Fabrizio Romano. Have you noticed that he always leaves some kind of suspense at the end of his report? So one day he can say, okay, the club that I told you tried to hijack him was this and that. So it gives him more topics to discuss when the transfer window is over. So he's a very good businessman. He's a clever man that always leave the door open so he doesn't look like boring. He got something to say. He said the same about Estival Willian. He said the same about Hendrick, Messi. Every big transfer, he will always say somebody else tried to hijack this guy And I will tell you one day, because I'm not allowed to say it now. And when the transfer is over and it's kind of boring transfer window, nothing to talk about, he will come and say, let me give you details about this and that. Very clever move, but this is a storyline like WWE. After the fight, they're gonna leave something at the end to make you want to watch the next episode. You know what I mean? So let's see some strength here according to WhoScored.com. Strength, ball, interception, aerial duel, passing, tackling. Weaknesses, the player has no significant weaknesses. This is BS. Absolutely no sense. Every player got weaknesses, but when you rely only on statistics like this, you don't understand. If you watch 90 minutes of this guy, you will find also a lot of weaknesses. But this is, yeah. And that is, the football is dying. Now as a day, it's like people don't watch 90 minutes of football anymore. They just rely on stupid statistics. And that doesn't tell you the reality of everything. And that's why I agree with Jose Mourinho, who said that he doesn't believe in statistics. He believes on eye tests. People who don't understand football analyze football with stats. Wow, we're talking a lot about Arsenal, but stay tuned because we have some other teams to cover, like Manchester United, Chelsea, and other teams. But Arsenal been dominating headlines this morning. Arsenal consider Chido Obi Martin's gone despite big proposal from Arsenal. He's leaving the club, blah, blah, blah. Bayern Munich, Newcastle, Monaco, Frankfurt also made contact, and the decision is expected soon. Manchester City is not in the race. So this is gonna hurt. This guy is just like Haaland. When Haaland started scoring like 5, 6, 7, even 9 goals in one game, people were like, oh, he's still just a kid and let's see what's gonna happen in the future. And Haaland, the rest is history. I'm not saying that everybody is going to be Haaland, but this guy is a goal-scoring machine. But in England, big clubs, they don't give a chance to youngsters. If you're still 16, 17, people assume automatically that you are not good enough to be in the first team. But if he was at Barcelona, in Spain, in Germany somewhere, he was going to be playing already man football in the first team somewhere, and he was going to develop quicker. So I don't blame him for making a move to a club where he can develop. I'm just not sure if Manchester United are going to give him immediately a spot in the first team. That need to be seen. It's the same way with Chelsea and Rio Guhoma, who left the club to join Liverpool. Liverpool I can understand because Liverpool gives a chance to youngsters. Remember when they are under 17, beat Chelsea first team to win the Carabao Cup at Wembley. So he sees that his development is going to be better over there at Liverpool. So I don't really blame any young player that try to go and play man football somewhere, because for me, age is just a number. If you don't give me a chance in your club, somebody else is gonna give me. So Obi Martins, let's wait and see what club he's gonna choose. But if I was him, I'm going to Germany. I don't believe that Manchester United are gonna give him a chance. I don't know why you would choose Manchester United. Go to Germany, brother. Go to Monaco, go somewhere where you can play week in and week out and develop. Talking about Manchester United, they're still working on another centre back. They're still open on bringing De Ligt and also who knows? Probably Braithwaite still on the list. But let's wait and see what's going to happen because Yoro just joined the team. And I tell you right now that Manchester United are going to be very, very good next season. Branthwaite is going to cost like 70 to 75 million. 75 million. So let's wait and see what's going to happen on this one. Another one for Manchester United. Another one. And another one. And another one. Rabiot is getting closer to joining Manchester United according to some report. Romano hasn't said anything, but he's a free agent, very good, experienced midfielder, and United might go for him. Let's wait and see. So Rabiot prefer Manchester United over Liverpool. This is a storyline, another storyline to create controversy and fight between the fans. Oh, he wanted us, he didn't want you, kind of. But he's a professional football player. Where his interest is where he's gonna sign, regardless of the club. But I understand these storylines behind players. And talking about midfielders at Manchester United, they are trying to sell Casemiro. Eriksen is leaving, and according to Graham Bailey this morning, he's talking about United are open to selling Mason Mount. I don't believe in this news. They bought him last season, and he struggled with a lot of injuries. And this season, he looks like fit and ready to play. I don't think they're going to find anybody to buy him. And I think Mason Mount is going to have a great season at United. All this, some people make like intellectual guesses when it comes to stuff like this. So they will be thinking, okay, United are talking to Ugarte. United got Kobe Mino. United might get Rabiot on free. Therefore, if we say that Mason Mount could be sold or they want to sell Mason Mount, it makes sense, right? It makes perfect sense. So when it makes sense, people will believe you. But it's not necessarily that they have sources. Those are intellectual guesses. And I don't expect anybody to understand because it's social media. Social media is not about intellectual thinking. Social media is about narrative BS. For a few seconds, instead of analyzing something or reading something in details to understand, no, social media is not about that. Oh, man. And yes, Ugarte told PSG that he wanna leave, and a few days ago many sources reported that personal terms were already agreed with Manchester United. So, and PSG don't need him anyways. They are getting new midfielders. He doesn't fit the system. He was probably one of the worst signings for PSG because he can't play the ball. He's a destroyer. Ugarte, right? A proper old school destroyer DM. That's it. But when you play for Enrique, you have to pass the ball properly from the back. And that is not his strength. But I think at Manchester United, he's going to do good. So don't be surprised in the next coming hours or days to hear that Ugarte joined Manchester United. We move. Now let's talk about Chelsea a little bit. Okay? All right. Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku keeps waiting for Napoli. He wants to work under Antonio Conte. Romelu Lukaku will reduce his salary from 11 million that he's on at Chelsea Football Club. 11 million. For what? You don't know. And people told us that he was the missing piece at Chelsea Football Club. But the same people are insulting him 24/7 today. So he's taking more than half or almost half price cut salary cut to join Napoli until June 2027. After that, he might move to Saudi or come to the MLS or something. Deal depend on Napoli, Chelsea negotiations, and Osimhen exit with PSG pushing. So let's wait and see. One thing that I wanted to mention on this Lukaku situation is, remember that people called him greedy, called him money grabbing, blah, blah, blah. But let me remind you something. When he went back to Inter, he took a price cut, salary cut to go back to Inter. And then he took another reduction to his salary to join Roma. And now he's also prepared to take price cut or salary cut to join Napoli. So it looks like the narrative doesn't really add on. It doesn't fit the narrative, because if he was greedy, probably he was going to be demanding 20 million to sign or to play for Napoli, Inter, and Roma, right? So sometimes if you start analyzing things in intellectual level, it's a bunch of BS on social media. But it makes sense though, because it copy-pastes social media. But when it comes to the intellectual level, it makes no sense. Lukaku is not looking for money. We don't know really what is going on through his mind, because if he wanted money, Saudi offered crazy like 30 million a season or something. He could have gone there and get money, right? So if you start comparing the narrative and theories and insult, you compare to the reality, you will see that it's a bunch of BS. Al Ittihad, they remain very clear. They don't want to sell N'Golo Kante this summer. Some reports say that if you offer 20 to 25 million, they might be tempted to let N'Golo Kante go. And some people say that N'Golo Kante also is open to coming back to the Premier League. I don't want him to come to Premier League. I want him to stay away, because I don't know how I'm going to feel. A Chelsea legend playing for West Ham? Questionable. Billy Gilmour, Napoli wanted him for 8 million, but the bid was rejected. A sale still possible, but Brighton want in the region of 12 million. They got Billy Gilmour from Chelsea for probably 3 million or 4 million. Now they're going to sell him for 12 million. I hope that Chelsea included some kind of like sell-on fee or something, because this guy is quality. All right, people. Before this video got too long, Leny Yoro has revealed that Rio Ferdinand influenced his decision to sign for Manchester United. Listen, this is paper talk. This is PR, because everybody knows that he was waiting for Real Madrid, but Real Madrid didn't want to pay 70 million, 60 million that Manchester United were ready to pay. So everybody knows the reason why he's at Manchester United. He might be thinking, listen, I'm still young, 18 years old. In 3 years from now, I can still join Real Madrid. So let me go there, get the money. He got amazing salary at Manchester United. They paid Lille a lot of money for a 18 years old who is on high salary at Manchester United. So this is just PR move, just to make people feel good, like, oh, he chose Manchester United instead of Real Madrid.